Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to start this week's Fan Fridays, and with that, a Fan Fridays announcement that because of subscriber burn, notification burn, and what I like to call series burn, effectively where YouTube takes similar videos that are uploaded around the same time, or at least in the same sequence, and then just promotes them less, I'm going to have to do things a little differently for Fan Fridays. Now right now, Friday is just a dead day on the channel. Notifications don't go out, subscription boxes don't get filled up with all the videos, just because it was overloaded. It was flooded at one point while I was doing 5 uploads a day. Now, at Pokemon in its prime, you know, with Sun and Moon being pretty strong, and even Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was wild, because I'd upload like 5 videos with less subscribers. Each of those videos would get like 20,000 views, and some of them would go viral to 50 to 100,000 views within a few weeks. I don't see that anymore, so really there's not as much engagement with Pokemon battles, and the YouTube algorithm has changed drastically over the last 2 to 3 years, which is making Fan Fridays a lot harder to do. So my remedy to that is effectively just going to make Fan Fridays all the battles in one. So it's going to be one upload, which hopefully lessens the series burn, and it also frees me up. If we get news on Friday, it's kind of hard to like rush out the news, then still do like 2 or 3 Fan Fridays videos, or push it to Saturday, or do something like weird like that. So Fan Fridays, there's going to be like one where I feature 3 battlers in just one video or something, and hopefully that tries to get more people back into just watching one video instead of 3. And then if there's news, then that should also help refresh and rebuild Friday itself. And now we just get to kind of watch everything going on. I was hoping that was Mega Mewtwo, because then that lets me explain this a bit more. Now, when Pokemon Switch comes out, depending on how awesome Pokemon Switch is, like if I just get flooded with battle requests, the channel blows up again and everything goes great, we're going to go back to 4 to 5 Fan Fridays a week, because we need to show that stuff off. The reason why I hate doing one battle that has like all these different things going on is because it doesn't give a good feature that if there's a really awesome battle buried 2-3 battles in, then people are going to watch it. And also it takes away from the sweep. You know, what happens if we have like a really awesome Hail team mixed in with an incredible Z sweep that uses like the most insane mechanics we've ever seen? How do I title that? How do I tag that? It makes it where people aren't getting exposed to like some of the really awesome things in Pokemon. And fortunately, the opponent just bought me a ton of time right here. Geomancy, that's going to be some stat ups right there. It's Power Herb, it's Shenanigans, and then we're going to see what the response is. So Mr. Mime actually just coming in with an Icy Wind. Okay, not the most insane thing. So Icy Wind slowing down that Mewtwo. Also tagging Xerneas for a little bit of damage, but Xerneas is looking a little fast still. So Geomancy, he had some crazy stats. Mr. Mime's going to protect. Okay. So Mr. Mime looking to be a really wild support, and Illumise comes in with the Prankster Encore. That's filthy, that's dirty, and I love it. So unfortunately, you know, for the next couple months until Nintendo Switch gets people back into Pokemon, like it's effectively going to be these awesome battles like here, and then whatever I decide to make the title, whatever I say to represent that, that's kind of all it's going to be. But hopefully you guys enjoy this this craziness that just happened. So the eject button behind that Prankster Encore, random 1 hit point survival. I thought it was Focus Sash, but nah, just crazy luck right there. And then Tapu Bulu coming in with that Grassy Surge. So Grassy Surge, it keeps people healthy. It like offsets the damage of the Icy Wind. So I don't really know what's going on right there. But let's see what happens with Mr. Mime. Another Icy Wind, but has the speed. Okay. But I guess you don't need to worry about Xerneas then. You just make sure that Mewtwo becomes the slowest thing ever, because it's stuck using Geomancy. How does Encore work with that? Like, okay. So what, like, yeah, I'm trying to think like how Encore works with that, because if it's using a multi-turn move, I haven't seen this before, so that's something. Grassy Terrain, insane damage on Hornleech, Mewtwo. It's now really slow and also taking insane amounts of damage, so Tapu Bulu's looking pretty healthy. It survives the Psy Strike, and yeah, I'm guessing Encore just kind of like applies, but I guess you get locked into that extra turn, so instead of being 3 turns on Encore, it's kind of like 4, because you're stuck using it intermediately. That's actually really interesting to watch happen. So Mewtwo's going to switch out because it has no speed left. Celesteela comes into play, and that's going to be a decent wall against Tapu Bulu. I mean, a not very effective hit is still going to hit well, so I think Tapu Bulu is going to heal up. Xerneas kicking off that Geomancy right there. Mr. Mime with the Copycat. Ooh. So now it has speed priority, and it copycats itself into a Geomancy. Now it needs to set that up, so Mr. Mime's done for a turn. However, that's actually really cool because you use the copycat, so they're locked, or not the copycat, use the encore, so they're locked in. Which means Mr. Mime just has a free opportunity to get those stats while Xerneas is completely stuck. So that's interesting. Hornleech does a lot of damage to Xerneas, And it looks like there wasn't really too much fear of the Mewtwo, if not just predicting that's going to switch out. Why is Mewtwo going to stay in for a free kill? When it switches out, speed gets refreshed, and that has an opportunity of doing better later. So yeah, Encore ends. Xerneas is still trapped in that Geomancy. So turning into 4 turns, which is really interesting, and Mr. Mime finishes its Geomancy while not being locked down by those Icy Winds like we've been seeing. So really interesting calculations when it comes to like speed on this one. Mr. Mime's double speed versus all the Icy Winds onto the Xerneas, but it looks like it doesn't matter anyways. Use that Horn Leech, finish it off, and now there's no threat of anything like that. Celesteela threatens a very powerful Heavy Slam though, so I'm worried for the Tapu Bulu. Or a Flash Cannon, whatever it is. Oh, Mr. Mime, not Tapu Bulu. Well, that's what happens when you Geomancy. Super effective hit, it survives really well, wasn't going to go down even acknowledging that, so pretty tanky on this Mr. Mime with a little bit of that support. And then Lunala comes in. Alright, what's that Mr. Mime just turning around, whooping things, but now going to protect. Just absorb the damage to troll the opponent. As we get a Moongeist Beam, boom, that's protected. Flash Cannon, that's probably going to be protected as well. Because that would have been like a really sick play, is just got to double down and make sure that Mr. Mime goes away with all the stats it's rocking. Horn Leech doesn't do a lot to Lunala though. So this isn't, like, this isn't the least amount of damage I've seen from a Tapu Bulu. Horn Leech is not the most insane base power, but like Stab Grassy Terrain should be popping off pretty hard. That Lunala is also just tanky in general. It has like a very high amount of hit points. So that's some grass is going to disappear. Healing up everyone, just kind of making it a little nice on that end right there. And then Tapu Bulu switching out, going into the Clawitzer. Haven't seen that guy in a while. It was in my top 10 forgotten Pokemon list because it seemed like it was going to be cool and then just didn't get the right treatment from Game Freak. Now we're going into a Z move. Oh, Mr. Mime. It's not a Z copycat, but something else, boosting its accuracy. Okay. Z Flamethrower. Oh, okay. That's fancy. So it was copycat. And then you Z move to gain accuracy. And then the copycat turns into a Z move. Like, we see this with Mirror Move. Like, Z Mirror Move is awesome. Because Z Mirror Move, it copies a move, gives you +2 attack, and then it also turns into a Z boosted move of that. So there's a lot of power behind that. The Flamethrower getting copied right there. So, I mean, copycat, Icy Wind, protect, and stuff. The opponent ends up forfeiting, though. So that was that was wacky. I think that's the best way I can describe it. That Encore into the Mr. Mime setup was just wacky, and then it shut down some legendaries. On to the next battle. Now, I know that I just had a massive speech about what I'm doing for the new revamped Fan Fridays, but, we got into something interesting. So there's going to be a special Fan Fridays feature after this one, but it's kind of like its own video. You know how I do Smogon rants? You know how I kind of like take things to the next level when it comes to like these just disgusting things that are happening in Pokemon? Well, that's actually going to get its own video instead of kind of like being mixed in this. So we're still getting 2 Fan Fridays features. So I'm going to do these 2 for 1 video. I'm going to do Neve's anti-Smogon video next. And then we're going to see how it goes. So effectively just cutting down the amount of videos that are being shown on Friday to help it out. But there's a Cotton Guard onto the Jumpluff. I'm hoping for a Strength Sap. Like, I heard Jumpluff battle, I was like, alright, that's immediately going on Fan Fridays. Jumpluff with Strength Sap is one of the scariest things I've heard of. Strength Sap is one of the best moves in the game. And then Cotton Guard, with this much speed, yeah, Mimikyu can't catch that on Swords Dance. So Jumpluff, toughest anti-physical Pokemon out there. Pokemon's got physical, Jumpluff wins. I wonder what you could do for special as well. Like, is there a Z move that Jumpluff gets that, like, boosts special defense by 1, if not sharply? Does it get the... Is it Magic Coat? Like, I think it's, like, the Magic Coat that gives +2 special defense, right? So Magic Coat Jumpluff with Cotton Guard Synthesis. But then you get, like, Move Slot Syndrome, and that hurts. And actually not Synthesis, you'd have to run the Strength Sap. So it does get a little awkward. Leech Seed, and then you just go for the maddest stall ever. Oh, right, it gets Amnesia, never mind. So, actually you kind of need Cotton Guard with the Strength Sap. It's okay, so this is definitely a 5 move slot syndrome Pokemon. I haven't thought through the Jumpluff too well, but it gets Amnesia, and I'm guessing that's Gen 2 transfer, but I could be wrong. So we're gonna see what happens. Play Rough, onto the Jumpluff. That Play Rough hits pretty hard for +6 versus +6, but again, Jumpluff's still looking really healthy. Mimikyu can't switch out. Actually, never mind. Who needs Leech Seed when you can do the Infestation? Leech Seed, it's really good, but it can get Sap Sippered. even though it's not as big of a threat, and I guess you can just switch out Jumpluff and try to make it work anyways. So now, Strength Sapping the Mimikyu, doing less damage, healing all of your health back. It doesn't matter how much damage you take, because it's just going to be Insanity. And the Infestation. So yeah, actually no, Leech Seed doesn't work against grass types, right? It's not just a pure grass move. That's the thing that hurts it. So actually, this Jumpluff is effectively what I described earlier, just with my brain not being as scrambled. So you get your Special Defense in there, you get your Strength Sap, and then you also Cotton Guard, and then you're just unkillable. And then Infestation can't be immune, so you do the damage over time. You can be outstalled, I guess, like if they have recovery, if they just want to play for a long stall game, but Jumpluff doesn't care as much, so it just becomes PP War at that point. And I think Cotton Guard doesn't have a lot. I don't think it does. Same with Amnesia. I know that healing moves don't have a lot of hit health, or have a lot of PP as well, so that kind of brings it down a bit. But I mean, if you play the Jumpluff right, you just go into like an anti-stall Pokemon, and then you also just have Jumpluff wrecking everything. So that's good. That's pretty good. So Mimikyu's trying to Swords Dance, but I mean, again, it's +6 versus +6 in the end. And if every once in a while it turns into a +5, then Mimikyu just dies to Infestation. So there's not really anything that can be done, but it is a bit more of a drawn-out, stalled-out thing. And that's what I expected. When you're going to that Strength Sap, I didn't think like it was mad enough to do Strength Sap into Cotton Guard, but that actually works really well. A lot of people out there that run that Swords Dance or run that Dragon Dance, so you need to get those stats over them so you just don't have to worry at all. The opponent going to go for that Z move, and it's going to be Z Shadow Claw. So Z Shadow Claw on those stats, I mean, it's not going to push enough damage to take out the Jumpluff. Jumpluff Strength Saps, boom, everything back. So I mean, this is against a Mimikyu. It should be scarier than it is, but Jumpluff is just fine. I mean, anything else that isn't +6 on a Swords Dance is going to get wrecked. Another Strength Sap, why not? So back to full health. Yeah, like that is the only thing that makes it a little sketchy. What's Jumpluff's item then? Because like Leftovers would be really good. I think Leftovers would be perfect on this. Strength Sap, you could run out of PP, you could drain the opponent too much on a special attacker. Not the most reliable thing. I'd also thread in some Amnesia while we're at it. Make sure you get a lot of Amnesia if a powerful special attacker comes in. That way, even if they hit you with Ice, you're fine. So Jumpluff Infestation for the tag, slight little bits of damage, and Quad Resist from a Jumpluff non-stab. Infestation's doing literally 1 damage. That's going to be an attack drop. Jumpluff doesn't care about that. And Mimikyu being freed from Infestation, also a weird offset right there. I'm trying to think about some other things. Like, yeah, Keyberry would be pretty cool. Keyberry's special defense, right? It's either, no, Moringa, I think Key is physical, and then Moringa special. Either way, like, that'd be pretty cool, but Jumpluff gets the Amnesia, so busted. Actually, Amnesia can't be Gen 2, like, did it always have Amnesia? Because if it was Gen 2 transfer, that means you can't get Strength Sap plus Amnesia, because I think Strength Sap is an egg move. Right? I don't know. I haven't kept up with this, which is what makes it a little extra interesting. So now that that's done, now we go into the Metagross. Oh, it's the Mega Metagross, guys. We're going into the ultimate right here. I think actually, yeah. When you think about it, a lot of Gen 2 Pokemon ended up picking up Amnesia on that egg move. So an Ice Punch, see, there it is, guys. There's the ultimate, toughest move out there. Oh, there it is, Confusion Berry. I can also understand and validate the Confusion Berry on the Jumpluff, because if you take a big hit while setting up, Jumpluff just doesn't care, and then you win anyways. Leftover, like, it's that risk. You know, do you take the Citrus Berry to survive, like, those would-be 2-hit KOs? Do you take the, Confusion Berry because you're already setting up and then you just eat like insane super effective hits, or you take Leftovers because once you're set up, that means you just can't lose. So that's kind of what we're facing right there. Then Jumpluff, it's Amnesia as an egg move, must be Chain Bred in really? Must be Chain Bred on Jumpluff in Generation 7. So that means did it not have Amnesia in Generation, no it did. Oh, it's okay, so it's Chain Bred in all the generations, but it's not really something super common. And I guess like Cotton Guard Amnesia, have we seen that in Jumpluff? Like, why aren't people just running Cotton Guard Jumpluff with Amnesia all day long? Let's see, Cotton Guard, even before the Strength Sap, Synthesis is still really strong on that. And then Infestation. So yeah, this Jumpluff has been around, it's always been strong, but then the Strength Sap, ooh boy, that's how you wreck it. So I hope you guys enjoyed Fan Fridays. Going into the next one, then we're going to be good to go. Have a good one.